Man, what's up, YouTube? You already know who this is. This is Stephen Personally, aka This is a P, aka shit. Oh man, I'm gonna quit saying that shit because it's not fair. I be calling myself so many nicknames, aka man, fuck this shit, aka Saint Seiya Omega should have been in the big three, aka man, shut the fuck up and tell me what you finna say. Alright, nigga. But yeah, I didn't disappear or anything. I didn't go away. I didn't do none of that shit. The phone wanna interrupt me and shit. Bitch ass phone. Man, fuck you, phone. Man, fuck you, phone. Bitch ass phone. But nah, um, I didn't go away. I didn't do none of that. Okay, what happened was I've been lazy, guys. Yeah, I know. Man, nigga, you always lazy. You always lazy. Yeah, I know. But today, what I want to talk about, I was thinking about this for a while. Well, not for a while, just like probably like 3, 4 days. And as much as people in the '80s and I guess in '85, because this shit, well, not this, not the newest Saint Seiya, but the old Saint Seiya was on Cartoon Network called Knights of the Zodiac. And, niggas didn't fuck with it, but I was thinking, I mean, they got like I can't read word shit, but they got like a new manga with it's like Sailor Moonish and by the female is basically she's gonna be the female Seiya and she's helping Athena and shit, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. And I keep forgetting how to pronounce the fucking name. They she's not Pegasus, but she's what's it, Equilius, some shit like that. The horse that couldn't fly type shit constellation. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about, and I'm just let you know, this is basically cartoon slash anime slash conversation slash, but what I want to talk about, because I've been thinking about it, and I don't go on forums based on anime and shit like that, but while I was looking for some, the past 2 days, I found I found a forum, and niggas was dissing Say Omega, not to not to Say Omega is the greatest of all time, but this shit good. It got some faults. This shit good, but I was just looking and I was just seeing how people were just fucking hating on it because of the main character, which I understand, and some of the fucking things that don't make sense, like the elements and shit, which I'll get to that in a second. But what I want to talk about is, can Saint Seiya Omega and the newest Saint Seiya that's coming out with the female, can it actually be up there and considered a great anime and be up there or at least be in the shadow of the big three? What I mean by that is, I ain't talking about being them surpassing the big three, because you already know how much fan base that shit is. I ain't talking about none of that. What I'm talking about is, can Saint Seiya Omega hang up there with the top 10, the big boys, so to speak? Top 10 anime, not of all time, but the top 10 anime of this generation that everybody looking at and saying, oh, this shit, basically the ongoing shit, like One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, Toriko, shit like that. But what I want to talk about is Saint Seiya a good anime to watch for people, or is it a bad anime to watch for people? And I'm gonna be straight up, cause I'm a real ass nigga, and I say real ass shit. I'm gonna be straight up. If you ever watch Saint Seiya Omega, the first season past episode 25 will not make you want to watch the fucking anime anymore. But this is my opinion, and I'll tell you why right here. Because this nigga that you staring at, yeah, I know he beast, and I like people with red hair, cause red my favorite color. I thought when I first watched the first episode, I was like, oh shit, this nigga gonna be beast. This nigga the man. Oh my god. But he wasn't. Not even in a good way. But what happened was, okay, this is what happened, and I'm probably gonna spoil it for people who didn't see Saint Seiya Omega. And if I did, you probably need to skip past this, or I'm gonna just tell you spoiler. I'm gonna tell you spoiler alert, cause I talk too fucking much. But uh, Saint Seiya Omega starts with this dude right here and another girl that's like got greenish blue hair, and they fell to the earth from a meteorite. And that shit makes no sense whatsoever. Like a meteorite, like come on man, babies getting carried off in meteorites. They explained it in the first season, but that shit still don't. It's. I mean, fuck, it's anime. I understand that, but the shit still don't make no sense. But one of them had like light energy or basically light cosmos or whatever they want to call it. And this is when I'm gonna get into the elements ordeal. And the main character, what you looking at now, had dark cosmos or dark elements or dark energy or whatever they want to call it in the first season. Basically, the main character was supposed to be the bad guy of this anime. I don't know what happened, but apparently he's the good guy of this anime. Basically, Mars, the new god of war, was fucking up Athena in the five legendary saints. By five legendary saints, I mean the saints from the original that you always see all the time. They was fucking them up. Darkness was all over their body and shit. If nobody beat Mars, they was for disappear off the face of history type shit. But they defeated them. Sally Son or whatever they want to call her, Athena, she took the boy and Mars took the girl. Mars' plan was to have the girl be praised as the new Athena and shit. And you know, Krona, which is the dude's name, he went to go train with Athena and them. And the other girl with the mask, I forgot her name. The other girl with the mask, they from the Eagle constellation or some shit like that. I forgot her name. Seiya's trainer basically. But Mars came, man, fuck that phone. Mars came and fucked them up, and old girl almost got killed. She was hurt, but she wasn't killed. But I ain't gonna tell you the whole thing. That was just season one. It's 2 seasons, four openings, 4 endings. But here's what I have a problem with. In Saint Seiya, the original Saint Seiya, they didn't have no elements, and I can see why people was mad about the fact, oh man, this shit suck, man, this shit ain't like the original, because elements never came into play when you were talking about Saint Seiya. It was just basically one cosmos stronger or better than the other cosmos. But the elements came into play, and I guess that made a lot of people upset and butthurt. And they basically changed that in the second season because people was getting butthurt about that. Basically, here's how the elements work. It works around in a circle. Light and darkness, which is Cronus, both. It don't make sense because he was overpowered in the first season. In the second season, they were calling the nigga the God Slayer because he beat Azuru or somebody named the Lord of Darkness. But I'm spoiling it, so you know, my bad if y'all didn't see it. But what happened was there's like seven, I think, or six elements, darkness and light or specialty elements, which the main character got, and they can beat light and darkness like typical shit. They can beat all the other elements. Fire can beat what fire? I think fire can beat earth. Yeah, fire can beat earth. Water can beat fire. Earth can beat water. Lightning can beat earth. Lightning can beat um did I miss it? Wind. Lightning can be wind. Wind can be thunder and shit, which is lightning. And it's shit don't make no sense whatsoever. Like how the fuck thunder can be lightning? It's a fucking wind. If it's a fucking lightning bolt, like what the fuck? How the fuck can you beat that? That's stupid as fuck. But anyway, um, another reason why people didn't like it was because of the characters. In the second season, you got a little bit of character development, but you got Haruto Yuna, which is the only female that you see without the mask on, and the only female that actually you see a lot of. Him, Krona, the main character, my favorite, Summer, how you say his name? It's like Sun with an A, Summer. That nigga was beast. But he's basically like Jude from off the original Saint Seiya. He had a loved one and shit. Well, I forgot about his story, but his loved one died. But they was fighting against her. She was the Scorpio or the Cancer. Not like she didn't have cancer, but she was no wait, yeah, she had the Scorpion whatchamacallit, gold cloth. And we had them, Haruto. We got Eden or Aiden, Mars' son, and Mars smashed some female girl on Earth. It came out as Eden, but now I think she died or some shit because I ain't going back and watch that shit. But Mars became the god of war. Medusa was fucking Mars. They was fucking, and or whatever, and and her brother, which that nigga was actually a okay villain, but he still sucked ass. And did I miss anybody? No, I didn't miss anybody. That's 7 people. But anyway, those 7 characters in the first season was barely developed at all, and I could see why people was hating on it because they was barely developed whatsoever. But let me go ahead and get you to the positives, because other than the elements, the main characters not having no character progression or no character backline or none of that shit. The fighting was good. Oh my god, I'm gonna uppercut this phone. The fighting was good in the anime. The fighting was top notch. It was like on some big three shit. But I ain't trying to hype this shit up. But it's on some big three shit. This shit was beast. And I don't even watch the big three, so you take that as how you may. But that shit was the fighting was good. The storytelling from time to time you fall off of it because that shit don't make no sense because of the elements. They always go back to the fucking elements and shit. Okay, there's another example how this shit shouldn't make sense. If darkness and light can beat any element, we got Shiru or Shiru. Damn, I said this shit twice. But anyway, the dude that used the dragon move, Ryu Shoha special. He had a son finally, but his body was so weak. I guess cause what happened to him in the past and all the other shit. But his body was so weak. His cosmos wasn't even strong around that point. Which in season 2, man, that nigga finally came into a character because that nigga was the bitch of the group, and you would thought that would be Luna. He was the bitch of the group, man. But all right, what happened was in I think the 5th or 6th episode, he beat Krona. He beat Krona. Like he whooped his ass. Um, and he had light and dark. He had light and dark in him. He got his ass whooped by this dude, man. I forgot that little dude name though. But he got his ass whooped. Okay, but the fighting was still top notch. Mars basically made everybody believe that that little girl was Athena. So most of the Gold Saints were basically bad guys, which it was something new, and I liked that. But the fights were so cheesy as fuck, man. Nigga, and during time to time in season 1, the Chrono would go to light and he'll go to dark elements from time to time, depending on how pissed he is or how much this, that, and the other. When the girl got killed, I ain't gonna spoil it, but when the girl got killed, that nigga released all the dark energy within his own fucking body. He barely used any light attacks. During like the 5th episode after she died, it was over, man. The Lord of Darkness took over that nigga body, man. He nigga turned black like a Kuma. When he fought Eden Dog, I was hyped. Eden did what this shit called? He did some kind of move. He did basically thunder coming out. That nigga walked through it. He looked, he smiled at his ass. He's like, and I was like, damn. He did that Raise of the Demon type shit. Punched that nigga. All you saw was darkness. I was like, oh shit, nigga. But its faults, man, was basically the character development, story not making sense, the elements, and from time to time, the fights are the positive and the negative, because sometimes the fights be done too fast. In the original Saint Seiya, it takes at least 3 episodes and shit. Man, in this thing, it takes like at least 5-10 minutes. Niggas on the ground already, man. That's the end of the motherfucking episode. I'm like, god damn, man. God damn. The positives though, other than like I said before, the fighting. Uh, season two redeemed. Season two redeemed Saint Seiya Omega, cause a lot of people dropped that shit. I kept watching because I like Saint Seiya, and they said they had a season two, so I had to fuck with it. Basically, after the war, everybody went their separate ways. Everybody. My boy was still kind of upset, but he went with the main character to go help him anyway. He was upset that the girl he like died. He went to go see Jude, and Jude trained his ass, made him stronger. But another nigga that came into play, man, in season two, who is the villain, but he don't feel like a villain, and I know they have like at least a good 10, 15 more episodes to go before they done with this shit. He is the villain right here. This is the villain. Subu, or Suba, or however you say his name. He is the villain of this anime. and he's not doing a good job because he's not showing villain-like qualities because he lost his memory. I don't know how they haven't explained it yet, but he lost his memory. So basically, they going to kill Athena's sister and fight the four Titans. When he's the actual leader, this is a spoiler alert, even though this haven't happened yet. He's the actual leader of the Titans. He's their god. They've been trying to resurrect and look for, but he has no memory of it at all. Even throughout the anime, they give out little hints, which it was obvious because the dude at the top of the opening three looked exactly like this nigga. It was obvious, but they gave hints talking about, oh man, this could have been him. His cosmos is wild and beastly like an animal in his cage and shit. And I was like, yeah, 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 okay, okay, okay. But anyway, man. Here's what I have to say about Saint Seiya Omega. The positive is the fighting. Season 2 redeemed itself with characters. We have more characters that can actually fight the main characters and give them a run for their money, man. So man, I'm happy about that. That's the positives, and the story gotten better too. As a whole, the story gotten better. The negatives though, in season one don't overweigh the positives because season two was a better, fully developed, better tale story than season one. And characters in season two made me feel like they was gonna whoop the main character's ass, which they did anyway. Um, and then if they make a season three, which I hope they are, they not. They're gonna make that female anime, which I have no problem with that. I just wish it was. I just wish that I don't. I mean, this is not canon because this is basically 25 anniversary of Saint Seiya. That's why they made this anime. Now look at this nigga. This nigga beast, man. He's beast. I hate he was the villain, man. That nigga was cold. But another positive for season two, everybody matured. They still rush out getting their ass whooped, but as characters, they all matured. All of them, because they teenagers first of all, and they still teenagers, but they matured. They still get their ass whooped because they rush into battle because kids are stubborn. And they matured. Everybody started using friendship basically to guide them and help them. In season one, they was basically doing it for their own agenda to get stronger and such and such and such and such. But I just hope this character right here, dog. I just hope this nigga right here, man. I just hope that he be a beast ass villain, man. Cause the way he's fighting now, man, he's fighting like the main character of season one. But his personality is funny as fuck, man. So but seriously though, man, look how beast they look right there standing against each other. They beasts. But yeah, that is the villain of the anime. It's kind of sad, but I can't help that shit. But seriously though, what I really want to say is, since I'm not gonna stay on this topic for long because knowing me, I ramble too fucking much. Is Saint Seiya Omega a good anime? I would rate this shit, but I don't know. That may be a topic for a different story. But is it a good anime for people in the big three or anybody for that money to watch? I mean, if people really like Saint Seiya in general, they would have. Well, I didn't have no money because I had to help with bills and shit. But you would have supported the Saint Seiya that came out, Brave Soldier, which is going off topic. You would have supported that to help have games Saint Seiya Omega, games like this in general that come from Saint Seiya. Mako Bandai and the other people that made this shit, I don't think they're gonna do this shit again. But I'm running out of time. This is my final thoughts, man. The characters are good. I wish they would have more villains or more bad guys that actually push the characters to the limits. Cause other than the four guys and a couple of little um parasites or whatever they want to call themselves, the characters just breeze through everybody. And I feel like they have no challenge. But is this shit good for people in the big three and other people to watch? Hell yeah, this is a good anime. This is the definition of an anime that's bad, but if you just give it more time to progress, it slowly becomes great. I want to say it's beastly or godly like everybody else been saying recently, but this shit is good. So far, this shit is a 7.8 out of 10. It's good, but it still have faults that I don't like. It still have a lot of things I don't like. Man character get his ass whooped, come back, do one move, break through niggas shit. I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway, this is DSSMP, and yeah, this is about Saint Seiya. I'm signing out. Peace. And man, make sure you watch this anime too, man, cause this anime is good. And I want everybody to at least know that there are good animes other than the big three, because the big three, man, it's not gonna stay forever. So we need to actually find animes that's good. Well, people say the big three is good, but we need to find some animes that's enjoyable and they're actually fun and they actually give animes a chance, man. But I'm not gonna talk about the big three and all that shit. I'm talking about Saint Seiya. I ain't talking about all that other shit. But I just want everybody to see and try to, and people that actually watched it and the Hispanic demographic, because that's where most of their fan base is at. Just give Saint Seiya Omega a second chance. Go watch season 2. Watch season 2 at episode 58 or 60 or something. I'm not telling you to skip, because honestly, I was finna skip some of that shit on season 1 when I didn't know that shit was already out. I was finna skip that shit, but I didn't because I wanted to wait and see what would happen. Now I almost dropped that shit too, so that's a big improvement. They actually did better, and hopefully the female version of Saint Seiya, the manga, and even though I can't read, and the anime be good too. Cause so far, after the 2 little chapters or whatever they want to call it, even though I can't read, that shit looks kind of dull. But anyway, this DSSP. I'm signing out, dog. May make another video later on. I'ma still make videos, man. I haven't gone nowhere. I just been lazy as fuck. Yeah, peace. Sling, sling.